Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We'll be going over the Lorac new launch of their primer, their foundation, their concealer, their Diamond Luxe launch. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I have here the Lorac Glass Primer, and we'll start with this first. So we'll go ahead and open it. And it looks like really milky. This on here. And what this is supposed to do is give like that really soft focus to the skin. And I thought glass primer, like my skin would be shiny, and it's not. Like, of course it is when you put it on, but what it's supposed to do is fill in your pores like liquid canvas. So it's very like velvety texture. And this is supposed to go underneath your foundation, obviously, and it's supposed to like go on top of all of your skincare routine. So if you use like a heavy moisturizer, this is supposed to like just lay on top of it and kind of just fill in everything else. The Lorac Pro Soft Focus Longwear Foundation, and I'm just gonna squeeze this onto the back of my hand. Whoa. I'm just putting this on very lightly since we're doing like a more summery look. This foundation feels okay. Like, it burned when I put it on for a second, probably because there's something in it that my skin was like, okay. Oh yeah, by the way, like, you see this right here? I was popping a pimple and the skin came off around it. I was so afraid that I had skin cancer or something, but I don't. It's just my nails were razor sharp and I shaved my skin off. So next I'm gonna go in with my Chanel Luxe Beige Fluid Illuminator. I'm gonna put this on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and cheeks. And a little on my chin, actually. Just because they don't have like a liquid bronzer, so I'm going to do this. I love this product so much because it's so sheer that it literally makes your skin look like a doll. Just like, look at that sheen or glow, whatever you want to call it. So next I'm going to use the Soft Focused Concealer in the shade 7.5 Light. This concealer feels super creamy. It's very thick, but I need the extra coverage 100%. It's just a little bit too dark for me, but I'm gonna put this pretty much all over my face since the foundation was pretty sheer. I'm just gonna pounce this in with the Beauty Blender and we'll see how it blends out. Wow, it melted out. That's impressive. Wow, it really is melting into my skin. Now comes the real test if it's gonna cover my dark circles. It's leaving a bit of a yellow cast on me, but you know, it's really hard for them to like shade match you by a picture, especially when you're in the sun or maybe that day you're a little bit extra tan. It like melted into the skin. It's a little bit pigmented as far as tones go, like oh, I don't know about that. I'm sure if it was the right colors it would look really nice. So I'm just gonna help this along with some of my concealer and I'll be right back. Okay, that's a little bit better. I mean, like, I'm having a little bit of product buildup right in my under eye socket. which is okay. It's like a very thin product. So usually with like thicker concealers, you're able to build up and kind of like plaster it in there so you don't get any type of cast. But that's okay. We can work with this. Especially if you're a person that doesn't have my issues. Like, this is a really good concealer. Like, it's really creamy. It melts into the skin. Like, really does melt into the skin. As far as the way the primer is feeling, I can feel that I have primer on. Only because I don't wear primer ever. Like, ever. Never. So I don't know. We'll have to come back to the primer aspect of this whole thing. I'm gonna use next the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder in the shade Cupcake, just because they did not send over any of their powders. I don't think they have any, or I don't know. I'm gonna use next the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder in the shade Cupcake, just because they did not send over any of their powders. I don't think they have any, or I don't know. Well, as I'm setting this on here, like it feels really nice. Normally, like, I don't know. I don't know. Normally when I set this powder, it starts to feel like drying, but I don't get that at all. Okay, I'm gonna finish, you know, contouring with the powder and setting and stuff, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I'm like, I wanted to come back, and I know I'm in the middle of like applying bronzer, but as I'm applying my bronzer, like, I'm really liking how the foundation, like, my skin looks. As far as my dark circles, like, I don't have much coverage. I just feel like maybe it's not as buildable of a concealer, but maybe I didn't leave it on long enough. Alright, so I'm really liking how this foundation looks. I'm gonna dip into my Charlotte Tilbury powder. Alright, so I'm really liking how this foundation looks. I'm gonna dip into my Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I'm gonna start to swipe. Actually, I'm gonna pat this in here. Take that back. I'm gonna pat this on, wipe on my nose. Okay, so it's a very natural concealer, so anything too crazy for the eyes. Didn't really cover my dark circles that much, so I'm a little disappointed in that. I'm just going to use for my eyes the Cover Fix bronzer, and I'm just gonna take that matte shade and swipe it across. So I'm gonna use this bronze shade. It's called Tan Lines from the Eyegloss Trio. I'm nervous because I haven't used these before. So I'm gonna apply this on my eyelid. Now I'm gonna tap this in all over. Wow, you guys, like, there's no lifting, there's no nothing. I love it. It just like kind of completes everything. I really like it. And I never like cream eyeshadows. Just adding a little bit more towards the lash line to make it more pigmented. My tapered fluff brush and kind of just swipe back and forth and see what that does for us. Like, I love it. Like, look at the shine. Let's do the other eye already. I'm really liking this, you guys. Like, the only other like people or line that I've seen come out with, you know, these shadow sticks, or like they call them eyeglosses, but like basically a cream shadow that has glitter in it and works well. It was Stila Cosmetics, and they would get patchy sometimes. And these don't get patchy like that. Really want to bring this color, I think, underneath my eyes. So I'm gonna dip into my bronzing shade on a smudge taper brush and just go underneath my lash line. Eyegloss. I'm gonna take the eyegloss now and go under. I'm gonna intensify this look a little bit more with some brown liner. This one is from Sephora. It's their new liners that they came out with. I'm gonna do my waterline under here first, just to make sure that my lash line is nice and dark. And then I bring it on top and smudge it out. And I'm gonna do my inner waterline. Alright, so I'm gonna do my brows also, and I'll be right back. Now that my brows are done, I'm just gonna throw on some Lancome mascara. Just a teeny weeny bit, because I'm gonna put lashes on. Okay, so now I have my lashes on, and oh my goodness, like, look at this. This is like such an easy bronze glam. I love it. Like, this is such an easy go-to glam that you could do, like, really. So next we have the Lorac Diamond Luxe highlighting palette, and I really like this. So I'm gonna go in with Saint Tropez. I'm gonna do my nose. This is like a really very golden color, and I really like how it melts into the skin, making it look like a glow. I'm gonna put some here. This really makes it look like your skin, like it doesn't look like too much of a highlighter, if that makes sense. I don't know, at least like around my skin. My nose area looks like a highlighter. Everything else just looks super glowy. It does not pick up a lot of texture at all, which is super nice, especially if you have very textured skin. When you touch it with your finger, like, it's just very creamy. Like, it's almost like a pressed pigment, if that makes sense. Anyways, the formula is just really nice. Like, it's very soft to touch, and it goes really smooth on the skin as well. Like, I really like how this looks. I don't know what else to say or how else to describe it other than I really like it. Add some more natural glow to my cheeks, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Tulum. I'm gonna go right here. Wow, this added like that really nice glowy bronze look without Facetune. I really like it. I keep saying that, but I do. Again, like, you see the sheen? I really like this formula. Like, I really like it. What else can I say? I just love it. Next, I'm gonna go in with Bali. It's like a super light pink shimmer. I'm gonna do that on the apple of my cheeks where I applied the blush. This is so cute. Look at that. It's so cute. I love how like all of these colors work together really nicely, and they sit super nicely on top of what I had already done. Sometimes when there's highlighting palettes that have these colors in it already, it has too much of an undertone to it, so it can ruin the rest of your makeup. It can turn gray or too pink or too whatever, and it will ruin your cheek area. But this didn't do that at all. It complemented what I did, and that is super unique about this, because every highlighting palette I've known is kind of like its own color instead of adjusting to what the artist or person has done already underneath the highlighter. And that's exactly what this palette does. It works with what you have and what your skin is already. Other than that, like other highlights take away from what you've done already. So I really like this formula, the way it works with the blush, the contour, everything. Like I'm truly impressed with this. So to bring all of the bronziness together, I'm gonna go in with my favorite nude lip combo, which is the Patrick Ta Lip Crown and my Artist Couture Saucy Gal lipstick. And I'm gonna put this on and I'll be right back. What? Regardless of like the concealer and everything, let me see. Now that this is on, we're gonna melt everything together with the Patrick Ta setting mist. I really want to get like around the perimeter of my face to really melt in that highlighter. Wow, like it's regardless of like the concealer and everything, I feel like my skin looks really good. And my skin is normally good in pretty much a lot of things, but the areas where I normally would be really concerned, like right here, is really blurred, other than my little imperfection there. There's nothing I can do about that unless I put like a silicone skin on top, and I'm not doing that. So, do I approve of these products? Yes, I do. The only thing that I wish was that the foundation and concealer were the right shade for me, but I would definitely go out and buy the right shade. Like that's how much I love the way this looks. I really want to try. Anyways, so that is it for today's video, you guys. The Pro Skin Glass Skin Primer on its own, like underneath my regular routine, and just like see how it works with like, you know, the Chanel underneath it, and with my Elsie, with my NYX foundation. Like I really want to try it out with those things, but I really wanted to do a full face of Lorac just because they did send me these products for free as gifted PR, and I can't thank them enough for doing that. Like Lorac, I've been following them for a long time, so I really appreciate everything they've done for me. Thank you so much to Lorac Cosmetics for sending me these products. I really love that brand so much, and their team is just so amazing. I can't even begin to describe them. They're so nice. Anyways, you guys, is a wrap for today's video. You guys, thank you so much for watching. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that would mean a lot to me, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next totally relatable tutorial. Bye.